What's going on, family? Give me a minute to load up. What's going on, family? Give me a second. What they need. Wait a minute. I'm gonna go in. We're gonna talk about some things going on that I've seen that I don't really agree with. Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. Y'all hear that? Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out how to put it all together. Yeah, I want to talk about what's been going on with the situation I saw. And it's just a basic tactic of gentrification, but pertaining to the Nipsey Hussle stuff. If I'm blocking you off, wait, wrong one. Y'all like my little song my friend gave me? The twin Tianas, I call them. Our young people be on it. When we got the right information, our young people can do some amazing things with it. All right, I got that done. Now, give me a second. Gotta do this here. One more second. I'm trying to figure out where this thing at before I get started. Cats don't rule everything around me. Okay, I think I'm almost where I'm trying to be at, y'all. And then I get this conversation started. Y'all share this video for me if you can. I appreciate it. We're going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen, y'all. I've been messing with this computer stuff for a minute, learning. Uh-oh, come on. just got back from I had a really good weekend, y'all. I was out in Las Vegas taking care of some business, some coaching stuff, and real estate. And as y'all know what I be doing, mixing business with pleasure as well. Okay, almost there, y'all. Yes, it shows. Little bit more. Give me a second. Y'all share this video for me. I'm gonna talk about some things that I see going on in our community, and a lot of people playing into it, and I don't even think they know. And then those who do know, sometimes I wonder, do they even care? What do I mean by that? So what do they mean? What do I mean by that? Do they even care? You know, as y'all know, our good brother Nipsey Hussle was murdered. Rest in peace. You know, we talk a lot about conspiracies and he was murdered and all of that stuff like that, right? So of course, y'all know the angle I took with it, the opinion I took with it. It's all about the gentrification. So let me explain what gentrification is for those of y'all who don't know. Gentrification is basically when a group of people who got a lot of money, in our case, it's most likely Europeans, Asians, people like that, who have a lot of money, and they're looking to relocate into these new areas where Black people live, you know, primarily 99% Black people. So, matter of fact, I know I wrote this book about this. That's why I want y'all to know what I'm talking about, that I do know what the heck is going on, but I need us to know what's going on. So that's why I talk about this. I'm doing another video, and I got another one coming on at 7 o'clock about Howard University. So y'all tune in for 7 o'clock. Watching from Memphis, Tennessee. What's going on, fam? I appreciate you. Latondra, I appreciate you. Kentone, how you doing, fam? Autumn, what's going on? Donald, how you doing, bro? Udita, how you doing? Hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, please don't get offended. Okay, so that's over there. 1 second, let me see. That's the main, that's that. Okay, cool. So yeah, okay, if that's the case, okay, I get it. Anyway, so I wrote this book about gentrification, family, and strategies. What's inside of this book is a lot of strategies that they're gonna use to get us out of LA, out of the Black communities nationwide. This ain't just about Los Angeles, family. This is about Black communities around the world, family, around America specifically, what we're talking about today. So I wrote this book after realizing what I saw. Y'all know I got a heavy, well, if you don't have the book and you want to get a copy of it, you can go to my website at thomastjlofton.com. And then toward the end, I'll tell you a bunch of states where you can get the book. I mean, a bunch of cities where you can get the book in California, Louisiana, or Atlanta. Now, I wrote this book because, you know, I got a background in real estate. You know, I used to be a mortgage. I used to own a mortgage. I used to hold a mortgage broker's license, meaning I know I used to do a lot of loans. I used to have a real estate license. I built houses from the ground up, a developer. I was a real estate agent, owned a whole bunch of doors in my lifetime. So I'm a serious real estate person, family. That's why I wrote this book. That's why you'll see me traveling around the country talking about real estate. Now, I put the title of my tour was called Monetizing Gentrification, purely based on the fact that that's what we're going through right now. I discovered after traveling the nation in 2018 that we're experiencing gentrification on a national exposure, on a national level. So what does that mean? That means that these folks is coming back to our communities, and they're getting black folks out of these communities, because wherever there's a black neighborhood, 9.5 times out of 10, it is prime real estate. So I'm gonna use where I am currently. I'm in California, Los Angeles, Compton, California area. And this is prime real estate, family. What's going on in California? California has the most prime real estate in the country. Meaning it has the best weather in the country. So that makes the real estate prime. You know, I can take my boat out and drive my boat and go hang out and have my beautiful queen, black queen with a bikini on, sitting next to me as we soak in some melanin from the sun's rays, you know, and then we can leave there and then turn around, park the boat and jump in the car and drive up to the mountains and go skiing. Y'all hear what I just said? So you can do all of this in California. So that's why they want LA back, because LA, Compton, Inglewood, Watts, 15 minutes from the beach, period. From an international airport, period, 15 minutes. So when you look at gentrification, that's why they want this area. So, okay, well, how does that affect you on the other side of the country? If you're on the East Coast, well, if you're in Georgia, Georgia is one of the #1 destinations for people who have been gentrified and are being pushed to relocate to another location. So that's why you have a lot of African American people moving to Georgia. Then you look at like DC, etc. The same thing going on with DC. That's why Howard's having that problem that they're having, because the white folks want that back. So like I just said a minute ago, I will be speaking in depth on Howard and talked about what I wrote. I even wrote about Howard in my book, y'all, because I seen it coming. I seen it coming. I touched my forehead at first. When you are a developer, when you are a real estate person as deep as I am, you don't have to wait till the news comes on to tell you what's going to happen to certain places. I know the recipes. That's why I coach people. I do trainings. I have training classes teaching people the things I know so that they too can identify gentrification before it comes. When you are a developer, when you are a real estate person and you know what's happening with real estate, you can just start seeing things. You can talk things into the future. You can say, they're going to take that building right there. They're going to get rid of that school. They're going to get rid of this church. Why? Because it's in prime. This is prime real estate where this church sits. This is prime real estate where this school sits. So this is why I was able to write that book, because I can see it. I understand the real estate, but your average person doesn't. So let's get back to my point of my topic. What we got here? Fires are bad there. I started thinking they were controlled fires by the government. They are controlled. We the only place that got fire season, family. So I'm gonna throw this out there too. Again, I talk about all that kind of stuff right here. The only places that are burning down, family, are places that have been undeveloped. Now, when you come back the next year, if you see a big old forest fire on the news and you're looking at, oh my God, California has a big fire, right? You come back, you drive through there and you look at the damage from the fire. I will guarantee you come back through there the next year or a couple of years later, you're going to see developers building brand new shopping centers, family. Think about it. That's how that works. But that's another thing I teach in my classes called disaster economics. Y'all hear what I just said? Disaster economics. Yeah, they don't have to rebuild. They're going to build. Because I don't even want to go in now. Now I'm going to, y'all want me to go into something that I normally charge for in one of my training classes. But yes, them fires are definitely on purpose and control, family, because they building new cities, they building new shopping centers. The further we go back, the more people that are being gentrified are being pushed further out. So our people are being pushed out into the, further out areas that have not been developed. So that's why you'll always see these fires popping up all over the country, and there's always areas that have not been developed. So yes, America is the only place that has fire seasons, but America has rapid growth at the same time, family. So that's what that's all about. So I can go into that on a whole nother. No, I probably won't. That's my training course I teach. So anyway, I want to talk about something that's been going on. Again, I write about this stuff in my book, family. I got chapters on these things in this book, Monetizing Gentrification. Share this with me, family. Share this with your friends, family, because people really need to know the stuff that's going on. So I want to talk about Nipsey Hussle's mom. Sister Angelique. She's a member at my, you can call it a church, but I call it an African Spiritual Science Center, meaning where a lot of brothers who are conscious go, brothers and sisters who are kings and queens who are conscious and pretty much, are going to have on a dashiki, are going to have locks in their hair. They all attend. People like that attend Crash Unity Center because these are people who are looking to know, what happened in life before slavery. What did we do as a people before there was slavery? Was there always Christianity? No. Were there always slave? Were we always slaves? No. They say that in America only. So anyway, these are the people who attend Crash Unity Center. So Angelique, Nipsey Hussle's mom, she's a member there, and she announced that on Facebook. I mean, she announced that on the news during her son's funeral, during the procession. And on one hand, that was a lifeline for that center. Every center wants more members so that they can do more things. So that they can make more money. So that was a wonderful situation to go out onto national television in front of hundreds of millions of people around the globe and say, hey, I am a member at this church, at this center. This is where I go for my spiritual food. That was a dream come true for people. That's millions of dollars worth of free advertisement. So yes, that was wonderful. But then on another hand, family, we got to look at the fact you got churches being burnt up all around the country, right? It's a lot of things. You got people running up in churches, shooting at people, killing people, not trying to bring that negative energy down on my center or even anyone else's center. But I do want to tell you how all the dynamics of how that stuff plays out to a part of gentrification. They want Black people to move up out of these areas. You see what I'm saying? So you got to expect a lot of things are going to happen. So you see this stuff playing out with these churches in the news. So what I look at is I was there. I saw the membership quadruple instantly overnight. As soon as she made that announcement, immediately the first Sunday that there was a church, it was immediately quadruple the amount of people that would normally be there. But here's the thing about that, family. You got a lot of people that are just looky-loos. A lot of people who just want to go in there and, hey, this is where that sister goes. Let's go in there and see if she's there. Let's go in there and be nosy. Let's see who else is there. Let's see what's going on. Did Nipsey Hussle go here? They're that's why they're there. Then you have the people who are just coming in there, the camera people, the people who want to come in there and videotape something so that they can go back and portray negative imagery. Y'all hear what I just said? See, this is where the people with dashikis at. This is where the sisters that wear locks in their hair. Didn't they outlaw locks? You can't wear locks in a job place. So why do all these people have locks? You got to look at stuff like that, family. So a thought that came to mind is before we can sit back and count our money, we have to always consider our security. So I'm looking at all these different people who popped up in that center and are going there that don't look like us. Not all these people are Black. What's good, family? How you doing there? Not all these people are Black. I'm sitting in this center, family, and you got people walking in with serious cameras. And I'm like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? We got to ask these questions. Who are you? Who are you, and what do you have that camera for? Is anyone expecting you? You got to ask people these questions, family, because you don't know who they are. They may say, oh, I'm a part of the KKK news team. We're coming up in here so we want to see where y'all at so we can better set these people up. So we'll know how to get in and out of here to hurt people. You know what I mean? So you can't just get excited that all these people are coming. So of course, people are getting in position because no one knew she was going to do that. No one knew the Queen was going to turn around and announce her center where she goes to church at. No one knew she was going to do that. That was an amazing opportunity. But at the same time, you have to be prepared for that. So a message that I want to send out to the family is, I'm going to get back to gentrification in a minute too. The message that I want to send out for our family is that because we're on high alert, because it's a high profile person that lost his life and now his mother endorsed a center, of course we have to be careful and make sure that everything's okay because we don't know who's there looking for his mother. You know, I'm on my Facebook page and someone types in, is his mother there? That's a stupid ass question. You shouldn't be asking questions like that, family. Are you trying to put our family in jeopardy? You see what I'm saying? Did y'all hear what I just said? You can't ask dumbass questions like that. You know what I'm saying? People like me, I don't necessarily, you know, high end, high profile people don't necessarily announce the time exactly that they will be there. They'll be like, we'll be there between 9 to 12. You know what I'm saying? He'll be speaking from between 9 and 12. We don't know. We don't want people to just show up at that time. Oh, he'll be there at 10. And the next thing you know, everybody show up at 10 and something goes wrong. So you have to be careful. You can't be asking questions like that because it makes you look bad, like you're up to something, like you may be an agent out to bring harm to someone. So then on another note, you have to look at the fact that we're watching people. People are being watched because we're looking at the news. People are being murdered in churches. Churches are being burned down. People, you know, in order to burn down a church and they want to get it the right way, you have to make sure you have to go in that church and hit it at the heart. You can't just pour some gas on the front door and light a match and run and think the whole building gonna burn down. That ain't how that works. Someone has to physically have been in that facility and walked around and found out where's the most prime infrastructure that if we like this particular place, the whole building's gonna come down. That's what they're looking to do. So when you have situations like this, you have a lot of people who are randomly going to pop up because they say, here's the perfect time for us to come walk, not us, but for them to come walk into this center and or this church or this facility or whatever it is and look and see, oh, that's a pilling point right there. That's a place that we can light the match and burn down the facility. So me personally, when I'm around, because of who I am, because I'm a public speaker, because I hang around a lot of high profile people, I'm looking for people who are making moves that don't make sense to me. I'm looking for people, if everybody in here is looking at the speaker, you're here for this church hearing, this service, and you're here to listen to what's going on. You want to hear the person's word because you heard that this is an African Spiritual Science Center. You're going to be focused on the words that's coming out of the person's mouth that's speaking, the words that's coming out of the speaker's mouth. You're going to be focused on that because you're trying to get your spiritual food, right? But if you're sitting in there and you're supposed to be looking this way, but the whole time you're sitting there doing this, you know, you're just like this, looking back at the crowd, you're suspect to me. You're suspect. If you're sitting in the room and you got your phone in your hand and you're sitting there doing this while you go Facebook Live, spinning the phone around, trying to videotape all the people in the room, you're suspect to me. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you may be a problem. You're up to no good. You see what I'm saying? So expect to be snatched out of there. Expect to be banned from coming in there or something like that, family. Expect to have people watching you and thinking, you thinking, oh, I'm just there because I know Nipsey Hussle's mama, she goes here and I just wanted to see her and I'm trying to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to build my Facebook following, so I want everybody to know. You see what I'm saying? That ain't cool. That ain't cool. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. Somebody's going to ask you to leave. That ain't cool. Now, if you say, TJ, well, we saw you doing, we saw you on Facebook. Yeah, you saw me with my phone showing the people from the back of their heads, showing the people up there speaking or dancing to bring exposure to this center in a positive imagery. You showing somebody's face directly. If I'm sitting in this center looking at the person speak and you sitting there spinning your phone around and you're showing me in the face, I just may punch you in the face. Y'all hear what I just said? I'm going to ask you to put that phone away, that camera. I might not punch you. I just threw that out there. Someone may punch you. You know what I mean? You cannot be putting cameras in people's faces because some people don't want to be seen. Some people may not want their pastor at the church they go to know that they're there. Some people may not want their boss to know that they go to an African Spiritual Science Center. Y'all hear what I just said? So you can't be coming in the facility putting cameras in people's faces because that's very suspect. Why am I saying that? because the person, maybe the Klan member or the militia groups or the Trump supporters, they may come in there, and if they do, they're gonna be doing the same thing. Let's see who all these people are. Let's see where do these people work at. You know what I'm saying? We could get some of these people fired for being in here. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to be Christians, or they ain't supposed to have locks. We thought that sister right there, we didn't know she had locks under her weave. Monday through Friday, she wears a weave to work, a long wig to work. We didn't know she really had locks in her hair. So we're going to take this back to her corporate job and get her fired. We didn't realize that she was a Black power person or a threat to society because she's researching her African heritage, that she's supposed to be Christian like all the rest of the Black people are. You know, so you got to look at stuff like that, family. So no, everybody don't want to be seen. You know, so that's why you'll hear people say you got to have permission to turn around and record people. You have to have permission to bust cameras out in public facility. I mean, in facilities, family. You can't just be doing that. So anyway, what is my point? How does gentrification play a part in this, family? We got the negative. We got the part about Plan A. You got, okay, let me break down the different levels of how gentrification works. First level is of gentrification when they want your facility, right? Let's talk about facility. Let's talk about these commercial buildings. Let's talk about these houses. We're going to talk about gentrification, family. Y'all know that's what I specialize in because I see it's greatly affecting our community. So these are topics that I talk about in my book, family. During gentrification, someone's going to say, hey, your facility may be on prime real estate, but they will never tell you that. So they'll say that person's facility is on prime real estate. We want that lot that building is sitting on, maybe the Marathon. Nipsey Hussle's building was sitting on prime real estate, walking distance from the metro train. Now, keep in mind, when I talk to my investors, I say, follow the train. Y'all hear what I just said? I say, follow the train, because wherever that train goes, there's going to be plenty of money to be made off of real estate. Well, family, there was a train stop right by Nipsey Hussle's place. You can walk to the train from Nipsey Hussle's Marathon. So now let's look at other churches and facilities all around the country that are setting on prime real estate in Black communities. What are they going to do? Step number one, they always will come in and try to buy your facility. Hey, we're interested in buying this facility from you because we just want to buy it. Are you interested in selling? People will be like, no. Well, we know it's worth $500,000. We're willing to give you, $550 because it needs a little work. You're like, no, I'm not interested in selling, right? So that's step one, the proposal. They may come back in there, look, I know I just offered you $550, but what I was thinking was, Shida Barber, what's up, my brother? Miss Greta, how you doing? Avenue, what's going on? Dante, what's going on? Sunshine, what's going on? Latondra, Nina, Shy. Uh-oh. What's going on, fam? So anyway, if I left you out, I most likely didn't see you. Steph, how you doing? Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm doing a mimosa over here. Got all these screens up at the last minute. I just felt compelled that I wanted to talk about this. This ain't all about me trying to sell my book, family. I want to sell this book so y'all can identify these things that's going on, because the book is called Monetizing Gentrification. This is one of those things where, hey, I'm telling y'all what happened, how things work. Buy the book so you can identify stuff that's happening. So when I wrote this book about gentrification in real estate investments, it's to educate my people so that they can be informed and identify certain things that's going to happen in advance. Just like, again, I'll be speaking at 7 o'clock tonight on doing the same thing, Facebook and YouTube. So please tune in. I will be breaking down what's going on at Howard University and how that Howard University is in the book as well. I took a picture because I was in DC at Howard University, family, and I called out gentrification last year, family. It's in my book. You know what I'm saying? And specifically, it didn't. People been blowing me up. TJ, how did you know Howard was going through that? How did you know? It's like, because I'm a developer. I'm a real estate person. I can see it. I can hear conversations that let me know what's about to happen, family. So anyway, my point is, One pillar, one way of gentrification is they're going to come in there and make a proposal to buy your land. Multiple proposals. If they feel that they can buy you out, they're going to make multiple proposals until they hit that magical number, right? Second pillar is, okay, well, they're definitely not trying to sell. We've offered them 500,000, the value of the place. Then we offered them $1 million and they still won't sell. In fact, they slapped us in the face and told us they will never sell this building to us. Do not ever ask again. Please stop asking me. I will call the police out on if you keep coming here harassing me about buying my building. It's not for sale. Stay off my property. Thank you. So that is number one. That's the first way they'll approach you to buy a piece of prime real estate. Second thing they'll do is they'll go to the city officials. They'll go to the city officials who want, when a developer, $1 billion developer says, hey, we want that building. We want to build something big. We want to tear down that school. We want to tear down that church and put up a football, baseball, basketball stadium, or a luxury condos, luxury homes, luxury shopping center. Oh, you can best believe the city's going to want that finance, that money, because they're going to look at you like, oh, you're a liability. We need you to get out of here. So the city will step in and start passing laws. So, for example, up Crenshaw Boulevard, you have a lot of African-American barbershops. Now, for the first time, I call Crenshaw Boulevard, Slauson Boulevard, Black Wall Street. So you have a black barbershop, dozens and dozens of black barbershops up and down Slauson Boulevard, black beauty salons up and down Slauson Boulevard. Now you have all these people the city people coming in there. First time in history, they're fining black people for having hair on the floor. You heard what I just said? They're coming into a facility that they've never, ever bothered before. All the city wants to know is, do you have your permit? Do you have a business license? Yes. Do you have everything's been approved? Yes. Okay, well, we don't need to see you and you don't need to see us. So just mail us our money every year, our little fee, a business license fee, or your permit for this. And you don't never see these people. Now, all of a sudden, because these areas are being deemed for gentrification, and the $1 billion developers are saying, I would love to build a new shopping center there. I would love to tear down those barbershops and those schools and those churches and those facilities and put up a brand new luxury mega hotel right there. We'll bring you more revenues to the city. We'll make this a travel destination. Y'all hear what I just said? Keep in mind that word travel destination is a big word, family. That means revenues coming in large amounts. So Nipsey, L.A. Hughes, how you doing, family? Nate, how you doing? Nathaniel, brother, appreciate. Congratulations on your marriage coming up, brother. Hope that's the right brother there. But anyway, they turn around and they will turn around and say, hey, they'll approach the city, say, hey, I would love to build a brand new mega hotel right there in that area where those hundreds of black barbershops and black hairstylists or hair salons are. And of course, the city's going to think, well, off of all those people that are there, you know, some of them own the building, a lot of them are renting the building, but collectively, we're only making about $1 million a year off of taxes, off of all those hundreds of black businesses, right? But that one developer comes in and say, oh, I would like to build a mega ultra hotel that's going to make LA a travel destination, meaning now they're thinking billions of dollars annually are going to be made. It's going to be made because they allowed them to come in there and buy this area up or do whatever it takes to gentrify this area. So number two, the city's going to get on board and they're going to come in there and start writing fines for people. Y'all got hair on the floor. They're going to raise the permits to have a business license. They're going to pass new laws to say each barber has to have his own business license, his own facility. In fact, you can't have 12 barbers in here. They each have to have their own license. They each have to have insurance. They each have to have a certificate, not a certificate, but a degree. They make up shit, right? All these new laws start coming down the pipeline. This is gentrification, family. This means I'm going to make it difficult for them to operate. So they recently passed laws in the hair industry, the black hair industry, designed saying you guys need special business licensing so you can no longer have 12, 20 barbers sitting here in the barber, not even 4 barbers sitting here under one business license. Each one of these people are independent business owners. They all have to have business licenses. They all have to have insurance. They all have to have this, and this. So now they're going from the $24 a year for having their hair certificate to now they owe $700 a year. Y'all hear what I just said? For a bunch of new things that just came up this morning. You're like, and y'all gonna be enforcing this by prison time if they don't go get this permit, or if they ain't paying all of these brand new fees. Y'all just came out with this morning, or this rising, whichever word you choose. Get my water, family. That's called gentrification, family. Monetize it, though. It's monetizable, family, when you know the problem up front of what to look for, because you already researched it and read it of what they're about to do. Then you can prevent these things and make money off of it. You can save your business, etc. So anyway, getting back to it. Second thing, they're going to go try to pass laws through the city to get you out of there. First thing is going to be, they're going to try to buy you out. I call it the buyout. Second thing, they're going to try to pass laws and get you out. You hear what I'm saying? They're going to weed through the group of people that's there, because they know everybody ain't got that kind of money to pay no $700 a year to have a hair license, when the last 20 years of their life, it's always been free. They paid the $24 a year to have a seller's permit to do cut hair or something like that. And now all of a sudden it's $700 overnight. They're like, I'm not doing that. And people are going to stop. Or sometimes it might be, $20 a month for whatever fee. They'll jump it up to $300 a month, just to weed people out. Again, that's another form of gentrification, family. A third way, and this one's very common. When you have people who are still there, because we as the melanated people, we're going to figure some stuff out. You pass a law this rising and come in there and enforce this law on us and tell us as of next June, you have to have this. It's going to cost you $700. A brother like me, I'm a strategist. I'm going to come in there with that document. Let me get that document. I'm going to tear it apart, and I'm going to look for some loopholes in there, and I'm going to figure it out, family. I've been doing that for decades. That's why I'm an excellent coach, because I teach people about strategies. And then a big part of strategies is learning how to identify a loophole when you see it. What is a loophole? Years ago, they told me, TJ, you can't have all those cars. I'm going to give y'all a sidebar real quick. TJ, you can't have all those cars in your backyard of your ranch house, blah, 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 hypothetically speaking, or in your backyard of a residential property. You can't have cars sitting on the ground. They have to be on a sidewalk, on sidewalk or something. But they came in there and said, you can't have all those cars in your backyard. That's illegal. So I go down to City Hall. The guy served me some paperwork. Say, here, you can't have all those cars. His message said, you can't have all those cars in your backyard, right? Now, your average person is going to take the paper, get angry, and get mad and start figuring out a way to move those cars, right? So a brother like me, I will sit here. Y'all see I wear these glasses. I will pull out my magnifying glass, and I will read it line by line. And then when you really read it thoroughly, you will see it will say you cannot have multiple cars in the backyard sitting on the ground, sitting on the soil. Why is that? Because cars will leak oil on the ground, on the soil, and get into the water supply. Oh, that's their reason for not wanting us to have cars in the backyard. So you know what I do, family? Loophole. The reason why y'all passed this law is because I know y'all want me out of here because I got all these cars. That's why you really want me out here. But the loophole is you made it to where I have to have cars sitting on top of on pavement. So oil can't leak in the ground. So when I read through the loophole, I realized, they don't want my cars in the backyard. They told me that. They know I was going to get mad because the brother can't read. He's going to most likely leave, right? No, I did not. So what did I do? I turned around and read it. And I read it thoroughly, and it said, oh, I said, hey, call down there with my white voice and say, hey, I heard that they can't have cars in the backyard. And I was wondering if I laid a slab of concrete on the ground or something like that. They said, oh, yeah, that'd be okay. Because they thought I was white, right? Yeah, you can do that. Who am I speaking with, by the way? Oh, you're speaking to such and such, such and such. Oh, write her name down. What do you do? Oh, you're the CEO down there. You're the manager. You're the director. Oh, thank you. How long you been there? 24 years. Oh, cool. Congratulations. Oh, write it down. Now, all of a sudden, here come the people. I laid my little concrete. Here come the people say, oh, you got to get up out of here. You ain't moved them cars. No, brother. Hold on. Hold on, brother. Says here in section C, line 36, that cars leaking oil should not be on the dirt leaking oil in the ground because it messes with the water supply. So cars have to be on some type of pavement. Pavement is cobblestones, concrete, or blacktop, something, right? So I put down some concrete so that my cars no longer leak on the dirt. I'm on the dirt. So I ain't moving them cars. And if you have a problem with, that's what the paper, your paper said that you gave me. And then he looks at it and he goes, he's looking mad and angry. I said, oh, if you have a problem, I can give you my attorney's phone number if you like, because he's the one who read that to me and told me that, sir. And then they go, oh, well, we'll see. Yeah, you do that. Just see and let me know. Get back to me. And I will be watching my property for liens or any type of things like that. So I will sue you guys because your paperwork says I can't have a car sitting on the dirt, leaking oil in the ground. I now have concrete pads up under my cars. And some of them I have cobblestones to protect the ground so oil won't leak into the ground. So anyway, I look for loopholes, family. So getting back to my point, you have to always learn how to look for the loopholes, family. So we're going to always make it through because I ain't the only sharp brother out here. There's a lot of brilliant Black business owners out here that have been making things happen because white people have never wanted us in business. So they're always going to try to get us out of business. Okay, so moving forward, we already got the buyout where they try to buy your property from you. We got where they try to pass laws to get you out. So now, okay, so they tried to buy you out. You said no. They tried to pass laws and put fines on you. You paid the fines or you found a loophole to why you didn't have to pay the fine and you're still there and you're not going nowhere. So now is when they're going to try this step here. They're going to try to make your facility dangerous. They're going to have people who got shot in front of your business. They're going to have someone's trying to break in your facility or have broke into your facility and stole some things. I hear what I just said? So like I'm going to use our good brother Nipsey Hussle, for example. You have the Marathon store. Now, because brother Nipsey Hussle was shot and murdered in front of his store, it has now become a tourist destination. Y'all hear what I just said? The Marathon store owned by Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, our good brother, his store has become a tourist destination, meaning people are traveling from all around the world. Y'all hear what I just said? All around the world. Our brother has people traveling from all around the world, famous people, to come and stand in front of Nipsey Hussle's spot, his Marathon store where he was slain and murdered at, and take a picture in front of the candles. Y'all hear what I just said? So that they can post it on their social media so that they can go back and say, I was there. I saw it. So now, what happens now? Now you have the city will turn around, or the police or whoever it is will pay someone to go in there. And what happens when you have a large group of people standing here where someone was murdered at? And then all of a sudden someone yells out, oh my God, he got a gun, and take off running. Without even seeing anything, without even seeing anybody, without seeing the gun, you're going to have a large amount of people take off and start running, and someone's going to get trampled. Y'all hear that? Y'all remember that? See, ain't that what happened, family? Now, what was the first thing the news reported? Oh my God, somebody got shot out in front of Nipsey Hussle's spot. Several people were shot. And then all of a sudden it turned into several people were cut, were stabbed in front of Nipsey Hussle's thing. So now you got all this bad publicity going out around the world. Several people were shot in front of Nipsey Hussle's marathon store, telling the world, don't come out here. It's unsafe. Stay away from Nipsey Hussle's store. Oh, they're going to keep coming. People still coming. They still want to go see because it's still a travel destination. So that's not working. That whole someone got shot and stabbed, because guess what? You got 1,000 people out here with cell phones and they're all on Facebook and Instagram Live, family, or YouTube Live, or they got their own cameras being interviewed in front of that store. And they don't have, out of all them cameras, not one person got a one pop of a gunshot. Not one person was left dead on the ground. Now, the only people who was there that was actually hurt was the people who got trampled because they tried to run over all those candles and they got cut up from after falling in the candles. So now that totally debunks what the media says. But guess what, though? The damage was done. The city's getting this and they're finding out, oh, it's a problem over there at the Marathon store. It's too many people that over there. It's too dangerous over there. People are getting trampled over there. So what do they turn around and do then? They're going to turn around. They're working on taking that store from my good brother's family. Y'all hear what I just said? Because it's becoming a problem. Let me break that down to y'all. O.J. Simpson. Let's remember that. Let's take a trip down memory lane. O.J. Simpson, the house that Nicole Simpson was murdered in, or the house that O.J. Simpson used to live in. Do you know after that, that became a travel destination of people who wanted to go see the house that Nicole Simpson was murdered in, or the house where the alleged murderer that was proven innocent? Y'all hear what I just said? You remember what brother said, if it don't fit, you must acquit? Yeah. Well, that brother moved out of that mansion, and guess what them white folks turned around and did? They came in there and said, we're going to have to tear this house down because it has become a Black travel destination. We don't want nobody coming over here no more looking at this house. So they turn around and take it. Okay, let's go back to Michael Jackson's Netherland. Y'all hear this? Y'all got to pay attention. Michael Jackson, people wanted to turn Netherland into a theme park, right? All of a sudden, they've been fighting it for years, saying no. They having all these excuses of why they can't convert Neverland into a theme park, because now you messing with Disney and Magic Mountain's big money. You messing with their money. Oh, a theme park. Michael Jackson had rides at his house. He had animals at his house. Now you messing with the zoo's money. So now you got people saying, oh, that ain't gonna work. We don't want you letting them do that. So what happens? Now all of a sudden this big scandal about Michael Jackson is a pedophile, blah, blah, blah. So what was the first thing they said? Oh, we're going to just tear Neverland down. Y'all hear that? Because too many people are riding by to look and see Neverland. It is a tourist destination. They know that we can get a bunch of shirts and Michael Jackson memorabilia and T-shirts and records and CDs and any and every pictures of Michael Jackson, and we can make $1 billion a year by having tourists come over to Michael Jackson's house. They don't want Black people having things like that, or destinations where people are going to see famous Black people. What are they going to do? They coming in there talking about tearing down Netherland. Now, if that was Elvis Presley, you notice Priscilla Presley was a minor, and he married her, and it was okay. You don't hear nothing about Elvis Presley being a pedophile, but you don't hear him talking about tearing Netherland down, do you? But they gonna tear down everything a famous Black person done, because that is gentrification, that is hate, that is racism. Okay, so anyway, let's keep this thing going. The the buyout attempt, the city approach, passing laws to get people out of there, sending someone in there to get hurt so that this place can become an unsafe place. So this is what I'm trying to say about my center that I go to. Let's talk about that. We're going to rewind that back. Crash Unity. His mother, Nipsey Hussle's mother, is a member at Crash Unity, the African spiritual center that I attend. So what happens? Nipsey Hussle's mom goes on national TV, the most watched TV series, the most watched funeral in history. It was way up there with the top, with the princess who got married over there in England to the sister. The white dude married the sister from LA. Y'all heard that? That was a big watched episode. Then you got Michael Jackson's funeral was majorly watched around the world. So Nipsey Hussle's is up there as well, family. He has a huge. He had. They ain't trying to kick out the data about how many people attended or how many millions of people flew in for that. They ain't kicking that kind of data out. How many rental cars was rented? You know what I'm saying? You ain't hearing that kind of data come out. But when you look at the following, and they had that tour around the state, the city before they went to the graveyard, that tells you it was a whole lot of people who came here. And to this day, if I get out, I live 5 minutes from the Marathon store. If I ride through there, family, there are still going to be people out there right now, today, on Monday Rising, or what is it, Monday at 2 o'clock. Let me look at 2 o'clock, looking to take their picture in front of that mural on the wall and in front of those candles of Nipsey Hussle, family. Y'all hear what I just said? Oh, y'all, I can keep going in. So what is my point? When his mother said Karash Unity is my church, Karash Unity is where I go to get my spiritual food, or whatever it was she said. I'm sure y'all know exactly what she said. But that made Karash Unity a travel destination. Y'all hear what I just said? I have personally sat back and watched, because I know how the game works. So I went there to tell them ahead of time, this is what's going to happen. Y'all got this exposure, millions of dollars worth of exposure. Y'all going to expect it. They said, we already know. We get major amounts of phone calls. So fast forward the story. We don't know if people trying to buy the facility out. We don't know the financial standing of the facility. But what we do know is that you're going to have people, you got people from all over the world who have been coming in there trying to see who they can see. What famous people are going to be here today? Is Nipsey Hussle's mama here today? And what does that mean? Now it is a travel destination. People are coming here. It is a Black-owned travel destination. It is never good to have a travel destination where people are renting, because it's very easy to have them put out. So you have to look at that. You don't want to not own. I ain't trying to say they own it or they don't own it. I don't know. I ain't got into the business like that. But I will tell you, if you are renting, first thing they're going to want to do is the landlord is all of a sudden going to decide that he don't want your business. He no longer wants to renew they no longer want to renew your lease, and because they have intentions on taking that building and converting it into something else or tearing it down. Now, if they own it, they won't tear it down. What they will do is they'll turn around and make money off of that spot if they in control of everything. But if they don't own it, they're gonna make it a problem, and they're gonna want to tear it down. Period. So what's happening there? You have all these people who are popping up to come in there and see, but what you really need to do is pay attention. You better pay attention to what's going on, because someone may be coming in there to set an example so that they can come in there with gentrification part number 3. Y'all hear what I just said? And create a problem up in there. So what people will turn around, someone will get hurt, someone will get trampled, and they will have a global problem saying, stay away from that place. So that is why a person like me and my friends, the people that I know that attend there, they on high alert, watching everybody who come through that door. You coming in there with suitcases, you coming in there tomorrow, my camera's in there, like, well, you go, why do you have a camera? Go put that back in the car. Or do they know you coming? Are they expecting you? Is someone, no, you ain't talked to nobody? Or you talk to the owner? Really? What's his name? What's the owner's name? You know what I'm saying? You talk to the pastor. What is the pastor? You talk to the pastor. The pastor says he can come in there. What's his name? You don't even know. What time did you talk to the pastor? What day would it? You know, so you start asking people too many questions, and then they start fumbling. Then you realize that you already know they're lying. So what is my point, family? We got people who may try to bring harm, may try to do something stupid, but you have to watch out for them people. You may be in there trying to see who you can see or be seen by everybody that can see you. You know what I'm saying? So you can get some publicity and some Facebook followers, and next thing you know, you end up getting hurt because you're trying to be silly, just there to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to figure that thing out and watch yourself and quit being stupid. You know what I'm saying? We too big for that, y'all. We've been around too long, and we know how things going. So do not contribute into what will turn out to be gentrification, family. Because remember, what is going on is they don't want Black people in these areas anymore. Every Black community around America, which is why I wrote this book, They are systematically coming up with strategies to get black people out of these areas. Y'all hear what I just said? They want these mega churches back because the land on these mega churches is valuable. They want the land that these schools sits on. They want the land that these black neighborhoods sit on. They are taking the land that they own. You look at all over the country, especially right here in Los Angeles, California, West California. Google bought the Jordan Down projects, and what are they doing? Tearing it down. They tearing it down because the city owns the projects. Y'all hear what I just said? The state owns the projects, or whoever it is, the city or the state owns the projects, and they turn around and decided we own this land, so we want these people up out of here. We're gonna relocate them, and we're gonna tear it down and sell it to Google. And Google gonna come in here and build up all this luxury shopping and luxury homes, blah blah blah. These new ultra modern super cities, and on all of this land in the middle of the city, 15 minutes from the international, y'all hear what I just said? International airport, 15 minutes from the beach. Y'all hear that? Where everybody wants to go to the beach. 45 minutes from the mountains where you can go skiing at, family. Not every city in America has mountains. Y'all hear that? A lot of people on the East Coast don't have mountains. I go to Georgia, they don't have mountains like that where you can just go skiing at. It ain't normal, family. So anyway, moving forward, y'all have to pay attention to what's going on around you and quit showing up trying to make yourself famous and quit trying to be seen. You know what I mean? It ain't even cool like that. People are getting hurt and you are playing a part of gentrification. Y'all hear what I just said? That is playing into gentrification. So when you go to a place like this or a place like that or a place where something is happening, you knowing if you, like I said, in the book, when you read it, I talk about them creating situations so that they can come in there and gentrify you. Oh, it's too much gang violence over here. We want these people out of here. Just like that 100 Days and 100 Nights in LA. Someone randomly said, oh, it's all over the internet. And they said that the gangs over here are going to be shooting for 100 days and 100 nights. Y'all hear that bullshit? Excuse my language. But what happened? Who said that originally? The first person who ever posted it on their social media should have been picked up by the FBI and the police or whoever and put in jail because they obviously knew something. Oh, we finna be out here shooting for 100 days and 100 nights. Oh, well, he should be in jail for saying that shit. Or somebody who said that they're gonna be shooting. Okay, well, they should be scooped up and took somewhere and questioned so that all those cats doing the shooting can be arrested for whoever is the person who's going to do it, because you can't just go on public on social media and say, oh my God, y'all, I was just listening to the gang members. They said they're going to do 100 days and 100 nights of murdering of random people. Well, okay, let's scoop his ass up and get him over here into this room and turn around and find out exactly who said that. Where were you at? What was the name of the people who said that so we can go shut their ass down? Sometimes that stuff don't have to make it to the police. If you tell the right person on the street, they going to stop that. You tell me, TJ, your little homies is finna start shooting for 100 days, 100 nights. I'm gonna make some phone calls and we're gonna cut that out. We're gonna stop that before it gets started. But for it not to happen, for it to happen anyway, and nobody made the phone calls, that was some gentrification shit. My people was like, that ain't us. That ain't my people. We ain't doing that. We ain't shooting nobody. We ain't got no problem where we gonna shoot 100 days. Who died? Ain't nobody died that we gonna do some shit like that. Gentrification, family. Strategies of how they get people out of these houses, or how do they get people out of this prime real estate. Y'all hear what I just said? That is how they get people out of the prime real estate, by doing stuff like that. So you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to your surroundings and listen to the things. And most importantly, you have to expect some shit to happen. You have to expect them to do something because they want this land. So that means if you know they want this land, you got to watch your back. Just like when you go out and buy your wife a $15,000 diamond ring, you have to expect somebody to want to steal your watch's ring, right? You go out and buy an $80,000 Rolex or watch or something, you have to expect somebody's going to try to steal this watch. You go out and buy you a super nice lowrider, a nice motorcycle, or a nice luxury car, you have to know somebody's going to try to steal this car, this motorcycle, this race boat. So I have to take precautions to protect it and make sure. Instagram, you're about to go out. I'm going to turn it right back on. And then I'm about to check out of here in about another 10 minutes, family. So Instagram, I'm gonna cut you off and cut you right back on. But before you do, Instagram, get your copy of this book, Monetizing Gentrification, because I go in deep on these topics, family. I've been talking about this for a while for a reason, because I know they want this real estate back in LA. ThomasTJLofton.com. If you want me to come out and speak anywhere, reach out to me, 310-619-3954. Peace. I'm going to reset this Instagram camera, family. And then I'm going to get ready to check out of here because I got some other things to do. And I forgot to tell them that I will also be going on at 7 o'clock. And I'm going to break down Howard University of what's happening out there. And also, I wrote about Howard University in my book. Y'all hear that, family? I wrote about Howard University because I was in DC last April and I saw for myself, I said, they're about to take this school from these people. The shit that, excuse my language, the things that they're doing, they're about to take this university, but not just Howard. Not just Howard, family. Tune in at 7 o'clock. I'll be right back at this again, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to talk about that, family, because I saw it coming and I wrote it in my book. And you look at the picture. I posted a picture on Instagram and Facebook. I shared it to Facebook, and you'll see, and LinkedIn, matter of fact, you'll see that I was standing in front of the Howard sign. Y'all know I ain't went to college. I don't know my children. My daughter did not go to Howard University. So why was I standing in front of Howard University taking a picture? Because I was trying to give y'all a message and tell you something, and that's why I wrote about it in my book, Monetizing Gentrification. I talk about, this is nothing but a real estate investment book, family. If you know how to think like an investor, a real estate person, a developer, then you will know how they are trying to gentrify you up out of these areas. That's why I wrote the book, family, so y'all can know what's about to happen. And then I put it in there solutions. And I also put in there how you can make money off of this stuff. That's why I call it Monetizing Gentrification, family. So tap into this book, ThomasTJLofton.com. Y'all see my name right there. And get this book, y'all. I wrote this book for a reason, and trust me, this book ain't going nowhere for the next 10 years. Every year, I'm going to most likely update this book and tell y'all new strategies of what they're doing, tell y'all new things that's happening, because you're going to see massive changes going on around the country, family. And if you don't know what's happening, you're going to be homeless or pushed out in the area, and you ain't going to know where to go or what to do. Just like a lot of our brothers and sisters is down here and all these, like out here in California, we got Skid Row. Down in Atlanta, Georgia, in DC, you got people living under freeways, and people live, it's homeless people all over the country, family. Homeless people with degrees, family. Y'all hear what I just said? So when it ain't like back in the days when you had a homeless person, you knew, oh, that's such and such, he on drugs. He got hit real hard with that crack, start smoking it seriously, or she's on alcohol, she's an alcoholic, and you know she couldn't put the bottle down. That's why she homeless. She done messed up her family and all of that. Well, it ain't like that no more, family. It's like, oh, that's the Johnson's family. You know, both of them got degrees, both of them got doctorates, and they both was only making $40,000 a year, so they can't afford to rent an apartment or nothing because they got 4 children. They did everything right. They did everything right. They went to school, got their degrees and everything, but between the student loans and them 4 children that they have, it's hard, family. They can't afford to live in an apartment where they can accommodate 4 children, so they kept rolling the dice. The next thing you know, they ended up homeless. So anyway, family, I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. So that's why I wrote the book, family. I filled it with solutions. That's why I'm giving presentations and everything. So if you don't want to get it over the internet, I got my book out in it's in 12 stores all around the country, family. My book is in 12 stores all around the country and continuing to grow. I'm gonna try to throw the names out there for you if I can. Matter of fact, I know I can come up with them names for you. I got it wrote down for you. I'll tell you exactly where the books is at. So you may pop up on them and get them in person. Okay, the books are in California. You can get it at Simply Wholesome in Los Angeles. That's my favorite restaurant. You can get the book at Monetizing Gentrification at Simply Wholesome in Los Angeles. What's good, family? Dante. You can get the book at Malik Books in the Baldwin Hill Crenshaw Mall here in Los Angeles. You can also get the book on Degnan Boulevard in Leimert Park, California, that famous store, Queen Amina's. You can get the book. It's not a bookstore. It's an African Center clothing store. But my sister in there, she loved what the brother's doing, and she know the message is powerful. And that's why she said, I want to sell that book because my customers need it. We losing customers because people don't understand what's going on. So you can get it at Queen Amina's. You can also get it at Classic One bookstores on Manchester and Los Angeles, or you can get it at Juicy Juice, Fresh Juices and Books store in Carson, California, or you can go to Long Beach, California and get it at Shades of Africa in Long Beach, or you can get it at the other Shades of Africa in the Inland Empire. It's called the IE Shades of Africa in Corona, California, which, by the way, I'll be speaking there this coming Saturday. Y'all can come on out and attend. I'm having a meet the author, and I'll be giving a presentation talking about these topics that y'all need to know about. So I'll be up there at the Shades of Africa in the Inland Empire. Those of y'all who live out here know about it. Those of y'all who want to fly out here, check it out. The Inland Empire. It's in Corona, California, at the IE Shades of Africa. It is a free book signing and presentation and questions and answering for people who want to know. I get a lot of people who, when they buy a book from me, they all have a lot of questions about something that they're going through in their life, about their neighborhood, about a law that just got passed. Everybody's in various stages, family, but they know I'm very well versed in this. So they always come to my events. That's why we decided to do these Q&As. Georgia, if you're in Georgia, I'm in Axum Cultures in Atlanta, Georgia. That's off Abernathy. I'm also in the Shrine of the Black Madonna. That's also on Abernathy in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in the Book Boutique in Stonecrest, Georgia. And if you're in Louisiana, I'm in the Community Book Center. My bad. So anyway, family. Other than that, if you're not near any of those places, please reach out to me. Area code 310-619-3954. If you'd like to book me. If you like to order books for your store, if you like to have me come out and speak at your facility, it don't matter what state, what city, what state, what country you in, reach out to me and let me know. And wherever an airplane will travel or Uber or rent a car will go, I'm available to speak there. Let's just work it out. Reach out to me again at 310-619-3954. I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia in June. So I got a couple of events coming up. I hadn't registered them yet, but I will definitely be speaking in Atlanta, Georgia coming up in June. So if you're in Georgia and you'd like me to come out and speak, you will save fees on me not having to fly to Georgia because I will already be out there. If you would like me to come out and talk to the youth, for free, and I'm in that area, I will come on out and chop it up with the youth. I'll actually be on June the 6th, I believe it is. Let me look again. I think I just wrote it down. June 6th, I'll be at one of the homeschooler schools, Rooster Fruit. I'll be speaking at Rooster Fruit with our young people. That's not for the adults. So if y'all want y'all reach out to Rooster Fruit, and talk to Queen Thais, and talk to her about bringing your homeschool over there, your children, and combining them so I can speak to more young people as possible. Y'all know how y'all do homeschoolers. Y'all come together, and I appreciate what y'all do as homeschoolers. But if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, or in Georgia, or on the East Coast, I am taking bookings, and I will be on the East Coast in June throughout the rest of the year. June, July, I will be on the East Coast. So reach out to me. Let me know if you'd like me to come do a book signing. Let me know if you'd like me to come out there and speak. Let me know if you'd like me to do a panel discussion, whichever it is for your event. I'm an expert at gentrification and entrepreneurship, and very importantly, strategizing, because that's what we need in this world right now. We need strategies to move forward in life and so we can continue to live normal lives and not have so many people that's homeless because they don't understand what's going on or what to do, family. So reach out to me, ThomasTJLofton.com. Other than that, you can go on my website and punch in to the bookings and let me know where you at, where your event's at. Leave me your email, your phone number, etc., and I will get back to you. Or you can reach out and call me and leave a message if I don't answer the phone. 310-619-3954. So when I'm on the East Coast, family, I usually go up and down the East Coast. I'll hit the DCs, the New Yorks, the Floridas, whichever. So reach out to me. When I'm in Louisiana, I'll be in Louisiana May 25th doing a book signing, Q&A, and presentation as well. I'll be at the Community Book Center speaking coming up May 25th. I'll be in Louisiana. So if you're in Louisiana or surrounding states, reach out to me, family, and I'll come and so you can book me for speaking. Or again, if you have any schools where you like me to come out and be that positive imagery for your young Black people, you know what I'm saying? I would love to come out and speak to our youth. I don't charge a dime to our youth because it's my job as a Black man, as a business owner, to come out and speak to our young people and tell them how they can be successful too. You don't have to be no rapper or no football player or entertainer to be successful. Y'all hear what I just said? So I can come out and talk to them about the auto industry, about the real estate, or about entrepreneurship and just about life and things, how they make moves. You know, it's very important. Someone inspired me when I was young. I had a lot of coaches and young and Black men, straight Black men talking to me when I grew up that helped me turn out the way I am and be a strong Black role model in the community to help our young people, you know. So these brothers helped me to be who I am. So I do my job and help the young people to be who they're supposed to be. Let them know what that look like, put it like that. A lot of these young people are basing their lives off of some gangster movie they saw on TV or some serious, silly TV show they saw. So they think they want their life to be just like that TV show or something, you know, or that song they heard. So when they talk to me, I break all that down. Gangs ain't cool. Selling drugs ain't cool. You know, I break it down for a family, but I don't just tell them it ain't cool. I give them a solution. How can you tell someone don't sell drugs or don't go out there and pimp and pander and stop making that $3,000 a month, doing that, taking them penitentiary chances when you can't give them something to replace it with? So that's why I come in there as a business owner and tell them how they can make money at 5 and 7 and 10 years old, family. So that's why I love speaking at schools. But other than that, you know, you want me to come to a university, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all know we gonna have to negotiate that out. Reach out to me, family. I'm out of here. ThomasTJLofton.com, 310-619-3954. Let's make some things happen, family. Let's save these people. Tune back in at 7 o'clock. I'm going to talk about these HBCUs, family. We're going to talk about what's going on at Howard University and the language that they're using that you got to pay attention to. Get your copy of this book, family. Get your copies of this book because I talk about this stuff that's going on before it happens, family. People are blowing my phone up, ordering these books. Like, TJ, didn't you say you was at Howard? Or how did you know? How did you know? TJ, how did you know? I was reading your book, and how did you know that was going on? Developer, family, real estate guru. Get your copy of this book, family. Don't just buy one, buy your family and friends one. Buy a bunch of these books, family. Order off my website, ThomasTJLofton.com. I'm out. Peace. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. See y'all at 7 o'clock. YouTube, please subscribe. Please share this Facebook video to your page, to your groups with all your friends and family, and let them know I exist. YouTube, please subscribe so it can send you an automatic email when I'm getting ready to go live. Instagram, please follow me. Facebook, please follow me. I appreciate y'all. Please click like on this video.